Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me from. Today, I want to talk about a topic that is close to my heart. A topic that is me at my core. When we tell people rise again from your challenges, from your failures, from your limitations, from your rock bottom, it sometimes feels very cliche, vague, because the people you're talking to will feel like, okay, this person fell from the sky and can't even relate to what I'm going through right now on my journey. So if I'm going to run this movement that is dear to my heart, rise again, you all should know me as someone who is also coming from my own humble beginnings. Okay, I'm the third child in a family of six, the third girl child in a family of six. Growing up from a humble background, I saw my mom struggle and was about to lose something that was so dear to her, something she fought so hard for, a promise she made to herself as a woman who got married when she had nothing, and then she made a promise to herself that she was going to give herself a name, an identity, and a respect. And then she was about to lose the same thing she fought so hard for, a promise she made to herself. Then one day I overheard my mom and my dad arguing. Out of curiosity and being a child who loves to help, who loves to see people happy, who loves to contribute, who loves to bring solutions to the table, I couldn't let my mom cry so much without knowing what her problem was. I kept asking, Mom, what is going on? Mommy, what is going on? And she kept saying she's fine, she's okay, she's fine. And I couldn't take that. I knew all was not well with her. My dad was teaching in a different location at the time and only comes home to visit. So one particular weekend, my dad came home. My dad kept telling her that he has tried to get a nanny and couldn't. So the only option left is for her to forfeit her education and keep nursing our less than 6 months old brother. And my mom couldn't let go of that dream. She wanted to be a teacher. She cried so much. She cried and cried and cried. And then during one of their arguments, I ran into their midst and said, Dad, I'm going to do it. And they go like, do what? Do what? Like, I will help. I will carry my brother where my mom goes to school. They were like, what is this little baby talking about? So I wasn't say a baby at the time, a baby of 10 years or a child of 10 years. So I kept insisting that I want to help my mom go back to school. I want everyone to go back to school. So when they were left with no option than to listen to me, they asked me repeatedly if I'm certain I want to do this because I'll be seeing my mates coming back from school. How will I feel and all that? Like, I don't care. Like, right from time, I really don't care about what people will say, what people will do. You're free to say whatever you want to say. Talk, laugh, it doesn't affect me. As a child, I had that mindset. Like, people's opinion, validation, I don't seek for it. I love to be me, authentic me, happy me, whatever me at the time. I just love to live my life. So they let me do that for them. When my mom went to school, I nursed my brother for close to 2 years while leaving school. Then my mom got her certificate, got her results, passed out, and got a job immediately after her graduation. And it was all joy, all happiness in the family. Everybody was happy, everybody was excited. My sacrifice paid off and I was super proud. Like, I did this for my mom. That was a proud thing for me. Then my brother, growing up, we became so close till now. We're still the closest in the family, because that bond was there. So, being that child who loves to help, who loves to assist, who loves to bring solution to the table, who loves to do things with my whole heart, when such ambitions and such mindsets are not well guided, the child might make some decisions or mistakes that will be very telling on her. So that was me. That same mindset followed me into early adulthood. Growing up, I saw my two elder sisters in school, me in school, my three younger ones in school, and my parents being both civil servants. Life wasn't all rosy. Then that same mindset, like, how do I assist my family? How do I help? How do I make things lighter, easier at home? You get? How do I lift some burdens off my parents? Then that thought of like independence came in at the age of as early as 18 to 19 years. I started noticing that sense of independence, like I want to be independent, I want to help my parents, I want to lift some burdens. I grew up with that mindset, got into school, into polytechnic. Year one, I met someone. Then few months into the relationship, the person asked if I will marry him, and I'm like, yes, I will marry you. And then that particular mindset still pushed me, telling this person, yeah, I know I'm quite young, but I'm not going to depend on you. I will work, I will finish school in your house. From your house, I'll finish my school, I will work, I will assist you, I will assist myself, I will assist my family, right? I'm not coming to depend on you. He agreed that yes, he loves my drive, my ambition, and he's going to support. So when I got married and followed him to his base, I got a job in a bank, did it for less than a year. The salary wasn't satisfying to me. I quit. Then I did networking. I didn't make much from the networking. I quit. Then I got pregnant. I stayed home throughout my pregnancy without working. Then when I put to bed, I couldn't still stay home. That meant like I am not being useful to myself, I'm not being productive. It kept pushing me. I got a teaching job that was paying me 7,000 naira. I did it for a month, got that salary, and I was happy. No matter how small that salary was, I was happy. That 7K felt like 700,000 naira in my head at that time. I was super happy. I got that salary. Salary wasn't satisfying. I quit, got another teaching job that offered to pay 12,000 naira. I did the job for less than a month. Didn't even wait to get that salary, because then I applied. Okay, no, I didn't apply. Then someone referred me to an NGO that was looking for someone with my qualities. She referred me to that NGO. I got that job. I went for the interview, got the job. Few months into the job, because in everything I'm doing, I'm someone who shows up with dedication, consistency. I love to give my best to everything I'm doing. If I'm not giving my best, I'm not doing. It's either I'm all in or I'm out. I don't know how to do things half. If I say I'm going to be with you through this, like we're in this together, no matter the situation, no matter how tough it is, I am in. I'm this person who the conditions might not be favorable with, but I will keep showing up. Like I will show up with my heart, with my consistency, with discipline. Like I will show up. I'm not much like motivation is not really my thing, because to me I feel like motivation is fleeting, but discipline will carry you through the rough days, through the hard days, through the not so smiling days. Discipline will get you up from your bed, you pick up your tools, you walk, you know, you stick to your values. That is me. So getting that job which was paying 20,000 naira, that NGO job, the salary, still wasn't satisfying, but I was happy because it's more like an upgrade, right? 7K, 12K, then 20K. Like it's more like an upgrade at the time. So I did the job. I was so dedicated to my work, very ambitious, show up with everything in me. Then a year later, my boss put in words for me that this person cannot continue to be a credit officer, because the NGO had a loan department, a credit department. That was where I was working, the credit department of the NGO. They were like, no, this person can't remain a credit officer. Like this is a manager personality, this is a manager quality. I got promoted to manage the entire NGO in less than 1 year of getting that job. And being me, I still did my work and gave it my all. Even my fellow colleagues were so pleased and happy with me, because yeah, I'm someone who will see you. Like you can't feel small where you're with me. I don't do selective kindness, right? I love to treat people with humanity. We are all equal. That is me. Equality is my mantra. Cleaner, manager, CEO, everybody gets the same respect from me, the same treatment from me. So everyone was so pleased and so happy with me. Why on that role? I did that job for a few more years. I grew in the job, and the company grew. It was, you know, a collective effort. We all grew. Then few years later, I felt like it is time for me to advance. I need to grow more. Then during my in fact, I resigned from that job twice. My first resignation was denied. My boss said, no, you're not resigning. Then I worked for a few more months, and then I had a talk with him. Like I also have things I want to do for myself. I have ambitions, I have plans, I have saved up. I need to go and do my own business right now. And my boss was so happy with me, like, oh really, you started, from little with us, and you grew, and you're having this conversation with me. But like, I'm happy, giving you my blessings. Now I can accept a resignation, you can resign, right? So I got into fish farming, started my own fish farming, sank money in millions of naira into my farming business, and I got nothing. It was a total failure, like the hard knock failure. Imagine sinking your savings, running into millions into a business you don't understand, into a business, not that I don't understand, this is a business I know about, I've studied. I had a friend who I used to supply a product for when I was networking for fish farming. So this person was kind enough to teach me. I learned the basics. I'm a very curious person. I ask questions, and I felt like, yeah, this is a business I want to go into. So I went into this business with my savings, and I got nothing. Twice I failed. My first venture, the second one I failed into this fish production. Okay, or like, okay, it's time to try another thing. I'm not going to stop. I love business. Entrepreneurship is my calling, right from childhood. I remember when my mom got admission, she had, before that admission, she was selling petty things at home. So she didn't close down the shop. When she got admission, I will help her, and she will lock her shop. The first few days she locked her shop, and I told her, Mom, why locking the shop? I can actually help you sell the biscuit, the chewing gum, the sweets, and that children comes to buy. When she comes home, I'll give her the coins and the 5 naira, 1 naira notes that I sold from that market, and she'll be happy, and I'll be happy. So doing that kind of like made me extra happy, because I don't know, I just love to, I don't know, I just love to do things. I love to do things, business, things that I feel like these things are creative, these things are like challenging. So okay, back to my story. I failed twice, lost millions of naira, but I didn't let that stop me. I sat down, I asked myself, now what next? Right? Money has gone, I've cried my eyes out. Now what next? I said, okay, I'll still start from the beginning. I don't mind starting from the beginning again. That was how I started. Okay, I said, okay, what else did I have passion for again? What else can I do that I won't feel like it's a burden? I won't feel like this is a job. What else will I do that I won't feel like this is too much? You know, something that when failure comes, I'll still find a way to stand. Something that is part of me, something that is me at my core. What can I do? And I was like 23 to 24 years at the time of asking myself this question after I've lost millions in my first business venture. Then I felt like, okay, I think I felt very happy while I was working in that credit department. Whenever people get their loan, whenever people apply for loan, they get their loan. The joy, the happiness in them. Then when they will call me, manager, my loan has landed. Thank you so much for facilitating it. Thank you for making this loan land very quickly, because I was about going to the market tomorrow, or my goods is on the way. You know, that joy, that happiness they feel like, oh yes, like it made me feel like I'm the one who received this loan and my business is about to kick off. So and still, yes, I love to help people. I love how people are happy doing their business when they get the loan. But I told myself that this is what I would do, but not starting from the scratch. Like I would do it when I have the capital. And my intention of going to fish farm was to raise more money from what I have saved, so that I can start my credit company, you know, on a bigger in a bigger way. So the plan didn't work the way I planned it. The farming business didn't go, because if it went, my first million should have doubled it for me. Like 2 or 3 times into production, I should have money to start my credit company. So it didn't work that way, and I was like, okay, what do I do? Where do I start from? This is a business that is capital intensive, requires capital. Where do I start from? Like how much do I even have right now to start running a credit company from? That is not possible. I tried to talk myself out of it, gave myself reasons, plenty reasons why this will not work right now. Like this is not the time. Find something else to do. So after so much dialogue with myself, then I came to the conclusion that what is the worst that can happen? I fail again, right? That I'm going to start. Then I started with as little as 150,000 naira. That was my first initial capital. And the way that capital came was through my ex. He gave me that money. And I started with that 150,000 naira. I disbursed that loan to the first 3 customers that applied for it. Then after that, the money started growing, started compounding. I started seeking for funds, you know. I started seeking for funds from family, friends. My ex pulled in weight. My efforts, I was consistent. Business started growing. The business that started with 3 numbers, we were now counting 100 plus members, consistent returning members. That was how Onad became a company, right? Fast forward to running Onad for close to 5 6 years. I became very known in Abuja. Like you can mention my name, without people knowing Onad, without people knowing what I do, our customer service, the failures. We didn't always get it right because then I was a self-taught businesswoman. So I made several mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes, a whole lot of mistakes. I'm someone who is open to learning, feedback and corrections. I love them. I will even ask you, I will approach you for your feedback. I want to hear from you. But I made a lot of mistakes. I failed. I made a lot of mistakes. I disappointed a lot of customers. We had our back and forth. I learned from some feedbacks. I refined, and then business was moving, was booming. Fast forward to 2023. Like I mentioned in this video, I'm someone who don't like to depend on anyone. I love to be in charge of my life financially, emotionally. Like, I am my own boss. I don't believe anyone is lording over me, anyone is an authority over me. I don't believe in that, any of that. Right from childhood, right from little, I've always been defiant in a good way. Like, I'll ask questions. I don't just follow the crowd. I have a mind of my own, even as a child, right? I'm not easily convinced. Sometimes that is being misinterpreted, but I really don't mind because I know me, right? So fast forward to 2023. I felt like I've reached my breaking point. Like, at this point, it is either I offload or I run mental. Because when you're running a business, you're running a family, you're running yourself, you're running others. Like, sometimes when the weight becomes so much, there is no emotional support anywhere. There is nobody to fall back on, no shoulder to lean on when it becomes very heavy. Sometimes it has a way of triggering your mental health. Being a peace, I don't know, I'm not trying to like sugar myself so much, but I'm someone who is very peaceful. I'm kind. I'm very, very empathetic. I don't get angry easily. Before I say I have had enough, like, I've gone beyond my limits. When it became so clear that this is the time to choose me or I lose me, I came to the conclusion that I just have to step back. I just have to step back from my marriage. I have to step back from things that were draining me. So many things was draining me at the time that I have to step back from. And at the time my business started going down, because like I said, I'm someone who is very dependent. I provide for myself and for everyone around me. So business that was self-funded, I didn't collect loan from anywhere, no investment from anybody. I ran that business for 6 years plus. Myself, my fund, my efforts, everything was internal. I bootstrapped, right? So being that so many things were depending on that business and on me, and I couldn't I couldn't overstretch that. In fact, I overstretched myself and the business, and then it started telling on me, on the business. Things started going down. When you feel like, or when you should have a support system, and then when it becomes hard, you just know that you just come to realize that you're all alone. That was me at the time. When I came to that realization that if I don't choose myself at this point, I'll end up losing myself, I took that bold step of choosing me. I chose me over what people will say. I chose me over mockery. I chose me over my own ego. I chose me over everything. I came to the point like, let them talk, let them say, let them laugh, let them do whatever they want to do. This is me choosing me right now. I know what I'm doing. This is what Nkechi next, and I'm not going to look back. I made that bold step. I took that bold step and I stood by myself. Then the hard reality came. Business was very, very down. Business became so down in 2024. In January 2024, business started going down like drastically. A lot of bills were resting on the business. A lot of things was resting on it. And then there is no way I could survive, because at that time I divorced in 2023, and then I was all alone to cater for my child and myself. Then I braced up and then became open to my family that at this point I just need to breathe, and everyone understood that and gave me that space to breathe. Fast forward to that 2024, that my business wasn't doing so well anymore, and I have myself and my child to care and cater for. What do I do? What do I do? Because I started feeling this weight all the way from 2022, but I felt like I could go on, I could carry on. I'm that superwoman. I have the strength. I could go on. But then I told myself a hard truth in 2022 that if I don't pivot, if I don't look for another means of income to support what is already fueling me, that when the crash comes to be very, very hard. So if 2023 I registered for an IT class, acquire some tech skills with so much hope that 2024 was going to be the year I will finally give myself that life that I deserve, that I didn't give myself as a young girl who got married very early, started shouldering responsibilities, burden at a very, very young age. I felt like 2024 was the year I will be super free and have so much to take care of myself and my child, because I felt like I missed my 20s. I used my 20s for others. My 20s wasn't used for me. So I felt like, okay, my 30s now should be for me. I should use my 30s for myself. I went into tech 2023, but the reality of life is that things don't work as fast as we human plan it. After my graduation in February 2023, I wasn't consistent in applying for a job, because that was when owners needed me the most. That was when the company needed me the most. I had a lot of things to sort out. Like the company needed me. So I couldn't focus my 100% into getting a job. I couldn't focus into practicing my skills, my newly acquired skills, because the company owner needed me. So I went back full time into the office. Customers needed me, right? My customers needed me, the company needed me, and my staffs at the time also needed me, because at the time we were running with a very lean resources. At the time, our fund wasn't as it used to be. So we needed to replan, we needed to cut down on some customers so we can be able to service our returning customer. We needed to let go of new customers, of new loans, so we can focus on the returning customers, the upgrading customers. So I had to go back to the office to help the staffs, put things in order. So I couldn't pay much attention in getting job online, in applying consistently on Upwork and on LinkedIn. But what I was doing at the time was writing. I was writing on LinkedIn. I wasn't consistent, but I was writing. I was commenting as I would talk to someone. I was commenting my authenticity, my personality in every comment I leave. Why I was focusing on reviving, you know, Onad. Like I said, things don't work as we plan it. Then when the job wasn't coming online, I wasn't getting job as fast as I was applying, but I felt like one or two applications should bring in the results. But it needed more than that. It needed my full attention, which at the time I didn't have because, like I said, the company needed me at the time. So then a hard reality hit me when I had to check our revenue, and I told myself that if I don't do something, like get another job to